A question for y'all, and this is my hot take, unless anybody else want to expand on that point I just made. Here's the question.
Oh no, I know what your hot take will be.
Carl knows what it's going to be. I'm not sure Blake knows what it's going to be. Right now, and this is something we debated last year. It was a valid debate last year. But right now, what is holding Jayson Tatum back from being a better player than Luka Doncic? That's my question. When guys make defensive strides, I always look at that. I hold that in high esteem. So what is? I know Blake wants to say something. What is holding him back from being better than Luka, Blake?
His team wise. Look at Luka's team. I thought about. I was watching the Mavericks play a couple of days ago, and I sat back and watched, and I was like, I don't know if y'all get the same vibe, but I really get that 2019 Rockets, 2018, 2019 Rockets vibe from that team, where they sit in the corner and let Luka do literally whatever he wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's kind of given Luka's skill set. Luka's an amazing player. He's probably top 5, top 3 players in the league right now. But given the way that team runs, because I feel like if you put Tatum in that same position, that those stats may look a little bit similar, not as much playmaking wise, but still those stats, scoring wise, rebounding, all the other stuff, they would look very similar. So I think team wise, system wise, the Mavericks and the Celtics have such a vastly different system where Boston plays more team oriented ball, but Dallas to me is kind of really ISO heavy.
Mm-hmm.
I think that has a lot to do with that has a lot to do with like the difference with them.
Yeah. I was talking to Ty yesterday about it. Actually, I was like, if you look at how the Mavericks run their offense, it's completely different to what it was last year. Like they're going back to what we criticized Rick Carlisle for coaching the team up to be. Like we criticized them for just being too Luka heavy and really not having that second option, or not even just make your offense a threat. Like we all know who's going to be the main scorer of the basketball when we look at the Mavericks. It's going to be Luka every time. Like coming off a big road, it's going to be Luka. Like Jalen Brunson, like we're starting to realize how valuable Jalen Brunson was, and I think they probably should have kept him. That's what that's looking like. Because I don't know if you can really depend on Spencer Dinwiddie. Like I know Ty doesn't. I know you don't depend on him. But can you really depend on him like you did like Jalen Brunson in the playoffs? Can you really?
I think you could, because I mean there's potential. I'm looking at a game particularly last night. I forgot who they beat. I think they beat the Blazers last night. But he was the closeout guy last night, so he has potential to do it. He has potential.
He does, but it's too inconsistent though. That's why I don't. It's just like one time he can hit you a game-winning 3 to win the game or something like that, or hit a clutch shot. But then the next game he has 8 points, 10 points. It's just like I don't. At some point, you are what you are with him. Yeah. That's where I'm at with him. True. You are what you are. So if he's been inconsistent up to this point, I'm pretty sure he's been in the league a while. So he is what he is. So that's what I'm saying. Like they're going back to the old Mavericks offense where it's just Luka, and then basically how you can beat them is just tire him out and you probably win the game. Mm-hmm. Especially in the playoffs. That's what's going to happen. Like he can score 40 all he wants to, but then they just still tire him out, and then the game is still close. Like you scoring 40 and the game is still close. Like probably the other team is going to win most of the time because they can tire your ass out and just get the last shot or just even beat you by 5 points or something.
That's true.
In reality,
all that energy he's putting out, dude. He's bound to get tired because he's literally. I mean, except for Christian Wood coming off the bench, which I don't really understand still. But I mean, if you just look at what he's doing, man, of course he's gonna get tired out. He's really exerting so much energy on the offensive end.
So that makes him better than Tatum still?
Oh no, I ain't answer that.
Yeah, I'm about to say, what's that relation to Tatum?
No, yeah. I was just going with this point of the Mavericks need to kind of convert back to how they playing offense last year, because this year that's not going to get you to where you want to be just going through Luka all the time. They basically playing the same offense LeBron used to play in the late 2000s with Cleveland. That's what it seems like to me, basically. It's just LeBron or bust.
Oh, my bad, Carl. In terms of Luka being better than Tatum, I think he's a bit better than Tatum. I think he does things better. I guess playmaking, I know that's the biggest thing, but defensively, I'll take Tatum. I don't know about. I feel like scoring, they're kind of on the same level. I think
so too.
I think they're kind of on the same level. There's just some of those. I don't know. Scoring, I think they're on the same level, but defensively and playmaking, respectfully, they're both. They both have that.
That's where they both kind of like separate each other the most. Yeah.
Yeah, nah. I think scoring wise, I think Luka is clearly better scorer. That's just me.
Yeah.
I think because he literally just put up a 40-point triple-double last night, did he not?
Yeah.
Like with ease. Like he didn't even struggle to put he can like Jayson Tatum, I get he's an improved scorer. He's improved over the last 2 or 3 seasons or whatever. But Luka literally his second year averaged 28 points.
Mm-hmm.
Like his second year in the league, he almost averaged 30.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure Jayson Tatum probably second year in the league, and that's when Kyrie left. He probably would average, if I just had to guess off the bat, like probably 23,
21, 23, somewhere around that range.
Like the most developed scorers, you see them damn near average 30 in their second year. Like I can go with the history of that.
Mm-hmm.
Like we can even go, obviously we can go with Michael Jordan. Kobe almost averaged 30 in his third year. You got LeBron. You even got D Wade. He averaged like 27 or 28 his second or third year. So it's like if you see the history of great scorers, most of them are in their second or third year average damn near 30.
Yeah.
That's just kind of I know that's like being like picky as hell, but that's kind of what I go off of to determine if a player, like even KD, like we all know KD probably damn near average 30 his third year in the league.
Man, so. I think Tatum passed up Luka. I think he passed up Luka. I think one, I saw him take it. I saw the path he took to get to the finals last year. I know he wasn't the best guy every series, but they got past Brooklyn, they got past Milwaukee. He was their best player, and they, you know what I'm saying? He got them to the finals. You know what I mean?
He did, but their teams are so different because they just have a better defensive team than the Mavericks, obviously. So I felt like if Luka had a better defensive team, I feel like Luka was close as hell to getting them to the finals too. Like he was right there. He was in the Western Conference Finals.
Is that the standard? And this is just always my thing when we're comparing players. Is that always the standard? Is it always going to be? In football, is different. If I'm comparing wide receivers, you almost can't compare a fucking. You can't compare a receiver in New York who plays for the Jets, to like a Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs is fucking Josh Allen.
That's your boy.
Whatever receivers got Zach. I mean, he's good, but I ain't shitting on Zach Wilson, but he ain't Josh Allen. So that's different. Right. But it's like, but in the NBA, is that the standard we're going to use every single time? Is it always, when we're comparing players, is it always going to come down to, well, this dude's team had this guy's team had this?
Because when you bring up they went to the finals or they did this and that, I have to bring up the team that's around them to justify that comparison. That's what it is. So like when you said, but Jayson Tatum got his team to the finals. Well, I was like, well, Luka in the Western Conference, which is to me is the harder conference, is my opinion, is the harder conference. He almost got his team to the finals too.
Was his path
his team let me see. So he faced the Suns, right?
Second round.
Then who did he face in the first round?
They got the Jazz in the first round.
Jazz in the first round. Suns are a pretty good team, and the Warriors are the Warriors. So I'll probably say, I think that's a tie. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I'm thinking Boston knocked out the Nets first. I know the Nets weren't great last year, but that's KD and Kyrie you knocked out. Mm-hmm. Second round, they knocked out Milwaukee second round, and then conference finals, they knocked out who?
Miami? It wasn't Miami, was it?
They did knock out Miami. It came down
Miami,
to
not that. Miami, not that good to me. But I'm just saying, I can say Golden State is just as good as the team, or talented as the team, than the Nets or the Bucks. So I feel like, in the Suns especially too, I feel like those things are kind of like interchangeable. Like I really can't. It's a tie with that, to be honest. Sure. But when you bring up, okay, Jayson Tatum got his team to the finals, that's when I bring up the team, because I'm like, team has a lot to do with a person's single success, obviously. And they were just a great defensive team, and the Mavs they got better at defense, but nobody feared them on defense. Like their bright spot was clearly offense. So I get what you're saying, but that's I'm gonna bring that up every time when you say a person's team got to the finals. I'm gonna look at the other person's team too and see if their energy level matchup or talent level, especially on defense, because that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So
let's simplify this.
Okay.
I just have Jayson Tatum and I just have Luka Doncic right now. Mm-hmm. Just take these two guys.
I'm taking Luka.
Taking Luka.
He can score 4. Like if he's a damn near averaging like 36 points probably. Like I don't care if you play. I don't care if I get Jayson Tatum play defense. He's from St. Louis. I'm from St. Louis too. So you would think I pick him.
Yeah.
But no, Luka. He almost averaging 40.
Yeah. You the same way, Blake?
Let me look at
Just
his
take
numbers.
them two. Just take those two. Everything else aside. Just take these two.
I'll take Luka.
Okay.
Luka.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll take Luka.
Because
Devin.
and
Yeah,
Luka's numbers
yeah.
may be better right now too. Also,
His scoring is better, but necessarily like his efficiency splits aren't better.
yeah. And to me, bro, honestly, man, like the defense thing is always gonna sell me. Like it to me, because I know because you have to playing defense is and taking the tough assignments is extreme. That's why it's extremely tough. And for you, and he's headhunting guy. For you to go out there and say, I want John Morant, who probably right now is the second best point guard in the NBA and is one of the toughest guys in the NBA guard. That's such a tough thing to do. Defense in the NBA and guarding the best perimeter guy is just tough. I put so much weight on defense. I think that's what it is.
I know you do, but it's just I'm telling you, like the workload that Luka has versus Tatum is a difference.
That's like I agree with that.
It's a big difference because I even like this season. I'm gonna be honest. I've watched Luka. He's played better defense, but it's still not to a level where you need to be fearing him. Oh, he's gonna lock me up. We all know
Luka has that team.
He gonna lock nobody up.
Luka has that team on his back right now.
Does he though?
Yes, he does.
He does.
Yes,
Spencer Dinwiddie's averaging almost 20 on efficient splits.
Ty, if you took Luka,
that's 20. That's just 20 though.
Okay.
He's obviously he has to average like 35 points for them to win because if you see how them games go, every game is close. He's have to like if you have to do that to win, you're carrying the team. True. Like 20 points from a dude. This ain't the 90s. They ain't gonna matter. We need 25.
The thing I'm worried about is he continues to do this all throughout the season. When it comes playoff time, he's wore out.
Yeah, true.
Jason Kidd need to change that.
You saw it in that Clippers series. He was tearing them boys up.
Yeah.
The guy late into the series.
Yeah, shit went kind of south.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough, man. Y'all know, and like I said, I always bring these debates up every time somebody makes a stride defensively. Like the reason I say Giannis is better than KD right now is because of the defense thing. Kevin Durant is the most dominant scorer to ever play the game, but Giannis is the best defensive player in the NBA right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's how much I value defense. Like Kobe, I always say I just think Kobe's y'all ain't gonna like it, but I always say Kobe's a better player than Mike because not only could he go give it to you on offense, but he's going out and he played during the prime era for wings. And he would go out there and guard these guys and give them fits on defense and still come back and give you 30. I just value defense so much. That's what
he'd come back and give you 30 on 30 shots. Yeah, he would.
Yeah.
It was funny because I looked at his like shooting splits. It's like ironically like 2 days ago, and he shot a lot. But I looked at him, but he shot a lot. But to your point, I get what you're saying. He made it a stride defensively. I don't think he actually made a stride defensively. I think he's just playing defense as well as he did last season. Because last season he was locking people up too.
Yeah.
Like he was like the second half of the season when Celtics went on that run. That's when he became an elite defender, like in people's eyes, in my mind too. Because the season before he was a work in progress towards that. Obviously, he made some strides in that. But I get what you're saying. Anytime a player is close in offense, but then defense is a difference maker, you're going to pick the other player.
Yeah.
But Luka is just but like this, like literally his second year, he averaged almost 30 points, like 20. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. Well, yeah, you probably would take. Never mind. You would take Jayson Tatum over the trade too, because I would.
Oh, without no way in the world.
I just thought about that. So you're taking Jayson Tatum. So where is Jayson Tatum ranked for you then if you're taking him over Luka? Which I don't. I'm just say Luka. I don't agree with it, Luka. I know you ain't gonna watch this, but Luka, you in my top 3 probably.
If I name my 5 best players in the NBA right now, I'm gonna go Giannis at 1. I'm gonna go Curry at 2. I'm gonna go KD at 3. Then I'm gonna go, or I could switch Giannis. I'm gonna put Curry over KD right now. At 4, I'm gonna put. I don't want to sit here and pause this entire time.
I trust KD more than Curry. That's just me though.
Yeah, I mean, true, but my thing is Curry's coming off a ring. That's my thing. That's my separating thing.
Them niggas 5 and 8 right now.
Then at 4, I'm gonna put Tatum just because, like I said, he just came back from the. At 4, I'm gonna go with Tatum at 4. I'm probably gonna go Luka at 5 and Ja Wright at 6.
Okay,
that's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
So,
I just want to see your
interesting list. This is an interesting.
yeah.
list.
I just wanted to see your perspective. It's a good list. It's a good list,
Yeah.
but Luka, I don't know if I'm be able to move off Luka because
Yeah.
right when I saw what he did to Clippers, I know he lost that series. Like it was in the bubble, and then the year after he lost that series.
Mhm.
Right when I saw what he did to the Clippers, I was like, yeah, no, that's the next dude. It's
Yeah.
him and Anthony Edwards for me. That's the two dudes for me
That's
that
your
I keep
boy,
an eye
huh?
on.
That's your boy. Huh?
Yeah. But I definitely get what you're saying. That the fact that he played defense
Yeah.
is definitely the icebreaker for you because not a lot of these great players is averaging 30 right now, especially they don't play defense. Like literally, Giannis is only one. You got Luka. And then when Joel Embiid comes back healthy, when I don't know when he will,
He's back.
He's one of them.
He had like 40 last night.
He had 40.
Mhm.
I didn't even know. Why the hell the NBA been see they doing something a little sketchy then because they was advertising Luka's 40, not Joel Embiid's. I ain't see it. I ain't see it on Instagram.
I think he was hurt for a little. That team is just hurt as shit because Harden's not even playing. But anyway, yeah, no, the team is injured consistently. But yeah, I mean, to me, it really comes down to defense. To your point about Luka, though, Carl, I will say that you mentioned the Clippers thing. Luka's one of those guys everybody pretty much agrees that they can't guard. You know what I'm saying? I will say that.
For real though, bro. You have to ask yourself this question. This dude was doing this in the second and third year. Jayson Tatum wasn't. I know you can make an improvements, and that's not a great like argument thing to say that, but I'm just saying that's how developed of a player Luka was already.
Mm-hmm.
Jayson Tatum had developed on the offensive end, especially to like now. It took him like maybe three or 4 years to do that. Luka was already that, but he played pro ball when he was a teenager, so that's probably why.
Yeah,
but. I ain't saying you wrong. I see what you're saying. If they're that close with defense, with offense, but then defense is the icebreaker, then like Blake said, Luka's a way better playmaker and assist man than Jayson Tatum, obviously. So you can go back and forth, but
that's just either way.
But you talking cold-blooded, Luka just better.
Yeah.
Cold-blooded.
Yeah.
Like Jayson Tatum, I'm sure he got some clutch moments, but Luka got more.
That's another thing. He ain't got the Luka.
Luka, like we can be honest, Luka got some buzzer beaters and some clutch shots. Jayson Tatum don't got that.
That's another separating thing.
And Jayson Tatum been in the league longer.
Yeah. True. That's another big separating factor. That's another big
I'm gonna ask you this.
Only by a year, right?
Yeah, so it's a year. Yes, a year. Yeah.
But still, who do you fear? Because this when you talk best players, this is a big thing for me. Clutch. That's what goes into it for me. Who do you fear more with the last? I know Jayson Tatum. We all know Jayson Tatum can shoot more. It's a confusing question. Who do you trust more to take the last shot and win you the game?
Luka.
And that's crazy, ain't it? Because Jayson Tatum is obviously a better shooter than him, right? I think he is.
Well,
if you look at the numbers, technically we're going to have to say he's more. If you're more efficient, we're going to have to say sooner or later he's probably a better shooter. He's a more efficient shooter. Yeah. But I'm be honest, Luka could be an efficient shooter if he just didn't take dumbass shots. Yeah, he takes a lot of bad shots.
Yeah.
So I think that like Donovan Mitchell, we all know Donovan Mitchell is a great shooter. A good shooter. I'm not going to say great, but he takes bad shots. So his percentages are kind of lower than what we expected. Yeah, he take a lot of heat check shots.
He does take a lot of heat check looks. Yeah. Yeah, good debate there. Good debate. I just wanted to bring it to the table, but all in all, man, Tatum is playing at an extremely high level. It's great to see him making those strides. We'll see if he can keep it up because I think, Carl, you mentioned he's been playing defense like this. We're noticing a little bit more because Rob Williams isn't here. This team is kind of battered a little bit too. Malcolm Brogdon's kind of been out the last couple of games. Rob Williams obviously hasn't played this season. I don't think we saw him since the preseason, maybe. So we'll kind of see. He always hurt. Yeah, he's always hurt. And they might want to get that fixed because there's no way they can be as good of a defensive team as they were last year if he's not in the roster. Yeah.
That boy came from Texas A&M. I remember that.
Yeah, Tom Lord.
Why do they call him Tom Lord? I don't get. It's because he blocked shots.
I think somebody said because he used to show up to practice late at Texas A&M.
Oh no, he used to show up to practice late his rookie year with the Celtics.
Yeah.
He almost got cut. They almost cut him.
Yeah.
But, that brother improved. Good to see. But I forgot what I was about to say. We need to look on the schedule and just see when the Boston Celtics versus play the Dallas Mavericks.
Oh man, I love that.
So we can kind of see is Tatum's defense really that good? Because if you can lock down Luka, you can lock down anybody in the league.
They get him they play him. Oh, they don't play him a lot this season. They play him twice. They get him.
That should have been a Christmas game. That should have been a Christmas game.
Yes.